Well, we're here now. It's time for the Final Four, both men and women. I hope y'all been watching the tourney, and I hope y'all been keeping up with what's going on. I know it's been a lot of bracket busters out there and bracket busting that's out there, but we here now. Hey, 7-7 Talk Sports. I'm with my man on the block with Nick. Y'all know what it is. The Final Four edition. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of 7-7 Talk Sports. I am your host, Derico Gaither. This is the Final Four edition. We're both talking the men and women's NCAA tournament. Hey, it's been, I'm not going to say surprising so far, but it's been a couple of surprises out there along the way. And today I bring in my special guest host. Y'all know he ain't no guest to the show. Our brother Nick with On the Block with Nick, also AKA It Starts With Me 360 Degrees Nick. He's back with us to grace his presence and whatnot, and we're going to talk this thing. Nick, what's happening with it, baby? What's good?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, appreciate you once again letting me give me the time to come on and discuss something that we both love, sports. So I'm ready to talk about it, entertain the audience, and interested to see how they, return with their feedback.
Yes, sir. You already know it, man. So, man, let's go ahead and jump right on into it, man. But first, before we start out, we did an episode that we didn't get a chance to air because of some technical difficulties and whatnot before the tournament started. But I just want to send shout out to Juju. Y'all know who she is, Miss Juju Watkins out there at USC. Hey, I'm rocking the Juju shirt. Let y'all see what time it is. Oh, yeah. Let y'all see what time it is. Rocking the Juju. I had said that if USC wins the national championship and Juju brings it home, I was going to get the Juju. Meaning I was going to have the ponytail sitting on top of the dome with nothing else. And hey, I just still may do it just to show love for Juju so I can make myself look crazy. But I still
Hey, you be
I still may do it anyway.
Kung Fu flicks in a minute.
Right. Right. But yeah, shout out to Juju, man, sending her nothing but prayers and a speedy recovery because the game is missing a lot right now with her being out. She's needed. The game needs her. She's a generational talent. So shout out to that young sister, man, and get healthy soon, man. And we look forward to seeing you back on the court and dominating here very soon. So keeping it on that topic. We're going to jump right on in. We're talking about the women's Final Four. So as we currently speak right now, we have two teams that punched their ticket to the Final Four yesterday. That will be the number one overall seed UCLA Lady Bruins as they defeated LSU 72-65 yesterday. And the other would be the defending national champion, the University of South Carolina Lady Gamecocks, as they had to come from behind. But if they had a dogged matchup yesterday against the Lady Duke Blue Devils, and they were able to come out on top 54-50. So right now, as we speak, you have UCLA and USC. They've already punched their ticket. And tonight's game, you have the first game coming up at 7 o'clock. You have TCU taking on Texas. So let's talk about that game here for a minute. So with TCU, you have kind of like the Haley Van Lyth revenge tour. And if anybody know anything about Haley Van Lyth, she was the young point guard that was at LSU who received a lot of flack because when LSU lost in the national championship game, she was no, they didn't lose in the national championship game. The very next year, she was really getting cooked on the defensive end. And, she really struggled offensively. And, she transferred, she left LSU, and she went to TCU. And now this year, she has really been on her Haley Van Lyth revenge tour. I know the other day when TCU, when they played Notre Dame, she had 26 points, and if I'm not mistaken, 9 assists. And she dominated. She really dominated. So Nick, talk to us about that matchup, man. Texas against TCU. What are your thoughts on that?
Man, excuse me. I'm glad you brought that up about the young lady. Originally, she was having some issues.
Yeah.
Kind of got into it with the coach and didn't really play up to her potential.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just not a good match, Sometimes it's just not a good fit. So I'm excited and happy that she found a place where she feel comfortable and can thrive and show her skills and how good she is.
Yes, sir.
I believe exactly what you said. She feels like she has something to prove because of all of the flack that she received previously. There's no question that the girl is talented. It's no question that she has the ability to be top notch, right? But sometimes, coming in, you young, and you think that you got life figured out. You think that you have everything figured out until you run into someone who actually cares for you and tries to develop you and give you that self-love. And that's what she needed, right? She needed that. So she moved on and basically is leading this team. And I believe that I'm going to have to go with her leading TCU.
Woo! Yeah, that's a bombshell right off the bat. I like that one, man. I like that one. I'm interested in this game, man, because when when I'm sitting here looking at Texas, right? So Texas is led by their All-American guard. Oh my good, Miss Booker, if I'm not mistaken. Madison Booker, that is her name. It's Madison Booker. So Madison Booker is an all SEC talent, right? She wears the number 35. She's already, gotten a lot of praise from Kevin Durant because you remember Kevin Durant wore 35 at Texas and whatnot. But Madison Booker, man, she's been bringing it. She's really been bringing it, man. She's really been the heartbeat of this Texas team, all year. She really caught my eye when they played South Carolina earlier this year. And when they played them down there in Austin, man, and she was just a matchup nightmare for South Carolina for some odd reason. They just didn't bring it that day, and she was able to really have a great game against South Carolina. But I'm also interested in in the backcourt play of Texas and how they're going to match up against TCU, right? Because TCU has the advantage on the inside, right? They have Miss Sidonia, if I'm not mistaken, their center, right? And she's sitting at somewhere around about maybe 6'7", 6'8". So she's going to be a problem in the middle, right?
Monster.
Yeah, she's definitely going to be a problem in the middle. And but TCU, man, they've really been sharing the basketball really well. They've been playing some dogged defense. They really haven't, and with Haley Van Lyth doing her thing. So I think I'm going to have to ride with you on that one, man. I think I'm going to have to go, in the Battle of Texas. I think I'm definitely going to have to go with TCU, man. I just think that Haley Van Lyth is on, she's playing phenomenal basketball and whatnot. And I just really think that the interior size that TCU has is going to be a problem for Texas down the stretch. Now, I expect it to be a very close game, and it might kind of also end up being a very ugly game offensively because you got two teams that really love to get after you defensively. But I think that I'm going to take TCU in a real entertaining but dogged grind out type of game tonight. That's who I'll go with, right? And next, now we're gonna switch over to the prime time one. Hey, the only thing that we missing is Juju, but hey, you got the Lady Trojans of Southern California taking on the UConn Lady Huskies. Now, this game was supposed to have been the build-up, Juju versus Paige Beckers, a.k.a. Paige Buckets, right? This was supposed to be the setup or the build-up for in the matchup, but the basketball gods just didn't want to cooperate with us this year. But I'm going to tell you something, man. USC has been playing some very inspired basketball since Juju went down against Mississippi State in the first half, and with the torn ACL and whatnot. But man, I'm gonna tell you, UConn right now, they are playing like Paige Beckers. Paige Beckers had 40 the other night against Oklahoma, right? I'm gonna say that again. She had 40 the other night against Oklahoma, and she also went on a scoring barrage. She went on a, not UConn, Paige Beckers went on a 19-0 scoring run herself against Oklahoma. 19-0. Right? So, I mean, you could already tell where I'm going with this. Look, I want to see USC do it for Juju, but I just think that right now, Paige Beckers, man, she's playing unbelievable right now. She is really playing out of her mind.
And it's unfortunate that your girl got hurt.
Yeah,
because everybody wanted to see how far she would be able to carry.
Yes, sir.
USC. It's just a sad moment, and you empathize with her, and that if she was there, it'd be prime time.
Yeah.
No
yes.
doubt. It'll be prime time.
Yes.
Right. But like you said, USC rallied, and they're trying to play some basketball to kind of feed off of that energy and try and go as far as they can. But I think this is where it ends,
Yeah.
I mean, your girl is a monster, man.
She is, man.
And when she was asked to answer the call, she stepped up and answered it in a big way. She answered it in a big way. So I'm not going to go against her. Even though I feel like it'd be a different story if your girl wasn't hurt. But
hell yes.
Unfortunately, you just got to take it as it is. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, UConn, doing the doggone thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I just think UConn is going to be too much for them, man. Because at any time UConn could go with basically a 4-guard lineup, right, and have all 4 of your perimeter players out there shooting threes, moving the ball around, and they still gonna get after you defensively as well too.
That's right? Like UConn of old. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man.
I gotta roll with them, man. I have to.
Yeah. No doubt, man. So that's what we're looking at with the women's the final 2 games tonight to determine what other 2 teams will be punching their tickets to join UCLA and South Carolina in Tampa. And as we know, the national championship game is actually set for next Sunday. Or this Sunday, I should say, April the 6th at 3 p.m. That's going to be on ABC. So, we're really looking forward to a good game because you're going to have the Final Four games happening on Friday, April the 4th. And you will have, you'll have your 7:30, you have your 7 o'clock tip and your 9:30 tip. So it's going to be some phenomenal basketball either way around, So yeah, those are our picks on that, man. So now, we're going to go ahead and switch it up and take it on over to the men's tournament. Now,
hey, before you move
yes,
on,
sir.
I just want to say one thing, man. And I'm disappointed in how they are not giving ladies basketball the love that they should be giving them. I mean, at any moment you can turn on a television. Matter of fact, You could be driving and turn to different radio stations that are sports channels, and you can hear the guys' game. But one of the biggest games, Duke versus USC.
Yeah.
It was difficult to find.
Yeah.
If you didn't, take the energy to find it. So they got to do a better job, man, because there's some outstanding players playing their hearts out.
Yes, it is.
And I don't think that they're getting the love that they should be getting, man. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, yeah. And to just to piggyback on that point, man, I'm feeling what you're saying, because when I was watching the Duke and South Carolina game yesterday, they was getting after it defensively, right? They was really, really getting after, especially in the fourth quarter. It got down to a point in time in the fourth.
Man.
Yeah, man. Like late in the fourth quarter, both teams neither team was given an inch. I'm talking about they was setting hard screens up top. They was going after loose balls. If you go into the cup, you was going to get contact. And I just like the fact that how the officials kept their whistles in their pockets, right? And they let these women play. Yeah. Yeah, they let these women play, man. So it was you could tell, man, like watching those two teams play yesterday, you could tell, you saw the leadership, right? The leadership's handprint on both teams, from Dawn Staley from South Carolina and Kara Lawson, you know what I mean, from from Duke. Because both of those two guards, for those of us that are young enough to remember them playing, they was both problems offensively and more so on the defensive side. They were truly floor generals, right? Because they were able to do what they needed to do. Now, Kara Lawson missed out on the opportunity yesterday to become only the second woman to have played in the NCAA Final Four and coach and lead a team to an NCAA Final Four, with Dawn Staley being the only one that holds that title right now. But shout out to Kara Lawson, man, and a great job that she's done with Duke. I just think that Duke needs give them a little bit more time. I think they need they're probably about one or two pieces away, especially out there on the perimeter, because late they really didn't have nobody that they could really, you know what I mean, just say, hey, go get me a bucket. You know?
Yeah. That's what hurt them, because they had opportunities.
Oh, they did.
They had a lot of opportunities. They just couldn't close the deal.
Yeah.
And again, both teams, they fought extremely hard, man.
Yes, sir.
Till the end. Till the end. So, hats off to both teams. Hats off to both teams.
Yeah. And shout out to the both teams' fan base, man, to go back to what you said, because they traveled, right? They went down to Birmingham, and when South Carolina was on their end and they had the ball, you thought that you was in Columbia, right? And then when Duke had the ball on their side, you thought that you were in Durham. So the fans travel, man. The fans, they showed up and showed out for the Birmingham Regional for that tournament yesterday, man.
They definitely did. They definitely did.
Yeah, straight up, man, straight up. So shout out again, man, to the women, man. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. Y'all keep balling. And look, man, y'all need to get out and support, because I'm telling you, man, these women are out here. They're balling, y'all. They are doing what they doing the damn thing. That's the best way how to say it, right? Definitely. Now look, we're gonna go on and we're gonna go on and switch it on over to the men's tournament, because for the first time in history, well, not for the first time in history, but for the first time in a long time, you have all four number one seeds making it to the Final Four. All four number one seeds, and so we have Duke and Houston, who will be taking on each other in one of the semifinal matchups. And then you also have Florida taking on the number one overall team in the tournament. That would be the Auburn Tigers. Yeah. So looking forward to this one. As y'all can see, Nick already started with the shenanigans. So let's go ahead and give the floor to Nick. So we'll let him lead this off. We'll start with, Houston taking on whatever that team name that played Cameron Indoor. What's their name, sir? I'm sorry. I forgot just that quick.
Hey, you know the name. Say it with me. Duke,
Yeah.
baby.
Okay.
Duke. We already took out one team in Alabama.
Yeah.
Now, hey, you know what's next?
Oh yeah,
Because
but
that's
y'all
what
took out that other team in Alabama, not the real champions. You see what I'm saying? That's what y'all did. That other school. That's what y'all did.
yeah. But
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
man, you know what though?
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, the last show that we did, we talked about, and we was having technical difficulties and couldn't air it. But in that, we all agreed that all we wanted was a good Final Four.
That's it. Yes,
and
sir.
we getting it.
That is it.
And we getting it, right?
Oh, that's it.
And
Whew.
we getting it.
Mm-hmm.
When I think about Duke and, the powerhouse team that they are, and, how they can, scoring bunches, putting up numbers, and
yes, sir.
Hey, if you not coming in correct, you going home with your head down, and you gonna get blown out quick. They ain't playing, right?
Yeah, for real.
But when I think about Houston, man, just they representing what Houston stand for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When
for
you
sure.
talk about Houston being rough, rugged, that's Houston, man. So I expect them to go in, try and be physical with Duke. But I think Duke just has too much for them, man. Has too much. They have too much firepower.
Yeah.
They have too many weapons. They have too many things going on. And they're gonna try and slow them down and slow down the pace, but I don't see it. I don't see it being very effective for too long.
I feel you.
And not long enough to get a victory, in my opinion. So I'm definitely going with Duke because one, that's what I kind of analyze and see, and I'm a Duke fan, so I'm definitely not going to go against them. I got to ride with them. Ride with them. And your boys.
Okay.
Your
I'm
boys.
just saying. Now, hope before we go there, this is what I'm gonna say. To this game, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that this Houston game against Duke, this is going to be a grinded out type game, right? Because if you know anything about Kelvin Sampson with Houston, he's got the bodies. You know what I'm saying? They are very physical football. Lord have mercy. They're a very physical basketball team. They want to lock you down defensively. They want to make you pay the price when you coming across that lane, when you get picked, right? And they want to dominate you from the inside as well as out. But, bro, Houston has got some guards that can lock you down. That's real now. Houston got some guards that can lock you down. Now, I'm going to tell you, man, like, of course, the headliner is going to be, Cooper Flagg, the potential number one pick, you know what I mean, in the upcoming NBA draft, right? And also who's a finalist for the player of the year, right? But, man, I'm going to tell you, the kid that's been really killing it for Duke has been Tyrese Proctor, right?
That boy is some serious, boy.
That guard right there.
His stock is going up tremendously.
Bruh. So when you look at him, he doesn't look that big, right? But Tyrese Proctor is 6'6". He don't look that big at all when you see him on, and of course, when you watch it on TV, all the players look small, right? But Tyrese Proctor does not look that big, but bro, he's 6'6", and man, he is shooting the daylights out the basketball.
He is.
Right?
He is.
Man.
Looking and then like Bryce Young.
Yeah. And then y'all got the other kid, man, in the middle. I think he's like number 9 or something like that. I'm trying to look him up. This is him right there. What is it? Come on.
Yeah.
Maluch.
The big man.
Yes, sir, man. He's 7'2", 250.
Yeah.
Right? Then you could take him, and to buy him time, you could bring in Stanley Borden, that's 7 feet, 241. Right? So when you're looking at Duke's overall roster, the shortest person on their roster is a guard at 5'8". That's the shortest person on their roster. Everybody else is 6'5" and above, right? And
Hey, quick,
then
don't mean to interrupt you. Quick story real quick. When I told you, me and the wife went to go see them play. It's funny that you bring up the guard, right? Because everybody's so tall, right? When he went in the game, it was like everybody started clapping like, woo! Like, give it up for the little kid out there. I was over there rolling, man. But I just had to say that, man.
Give it up for the little guy. Woo!
Yeah. Good job, baby. Good job.
Right, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. But then you could even, if Proctor's jump shot ain't falling, I really ain't seen him get a lot of run lately, right? But you still got the young kid. What's his name? Isaiah Evans. The young kid. I believe that's his name. I believe his name is Isaiah Evans, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Isaiah Evans from, and he's a local product. He's from Huntersville, North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? So, but remember, I know a lot about Evans because when Auburn played Duke earlier in the year, Evans was the guy that really single-handedly kept Duke in the game in the first half. Because remember, in the first half, he was 6 of 6 from 3. So that 18 points in the first half was big for Duke. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, man, Duke is, when you talk about a team that's hitting on all cylinders, they rolling right now. You know what I'm saying? But again, though, bro, this Houston matchup, man, this one is gonna be a tough one, bro. I'm trying to tell you,
it's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not gonna be a cakewalk. It's really, it's the game that Duke needs, to kind of sharpen their skills.
Yeah.
Before they go into the championship game, because they need to be tested in another way.
I feel you.
They need to be tested, and I of course Houston's going to test them. But I think Duke got them. I think Duke got them.
Well, I got to keep it 100 with you, bro. When I did my bracket, right, I have Houston. I mean, in my bracket, the one that I sent to you, you see, I have all Final Four teams that are in the Final Four right now, right? But the only difference is I have Houston beating Duke. And I have Houston making it to the national championship game because it's just the fact that, again, going back to what I said, man, like Houston can lock you down defensively and they can score. And their guards are big. They love being physical and whatnot. And I'm concerned about how they are going to, like, are they going to wear Cooper Flag down? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But again, with Duke having those two bigs, you see, so like it's like, man, when you look at this matchup here, this is a tailor-made matchup. Like, bro, I wouldn't even be mad if this was the national championship game. You know what I'm saying? Because you got two teams, dog, that want to get after you defensively, dog, and that's been the theme for this. From what I'm seeing so far with these teams that are still remaining, all the teams, including the women, they can score, but they hang their hat on defense first, right? Every team that's left in this tournament, they all hang their hat on defense first. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, bro, I wouldn't be mad, if Duke won it, because I'm expecting to see Auburn play Duke in a rematch. You know what I'm saying? But I just have to keep it 100, man. I have Houston knocking off Duke, right? And then when Auburn does make it to the national championship game, the winner of the Duke-Houston game, it's going to be a rematch anyway, because Auburn has already played both of them already throughout the regular season. Yeah,
but
so it's going to be a matchup.
Yeah, I will say the only concern I have is that Duke can get sloppy at times.
Yeah.
They can get sloppy.
Yeah.
That's the only concern I have. Especially if they're under a lot of pressure. they can get sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only concern I have. But if they come in and play a clean game,
yeah,
they shouldn't have a problem.
I feel you. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to this weekend, bro. It's gonna be some really good basketball on, you know what I'm saying, both Friday and Saturday, bro. It's really gonna be some good. Actually, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, it's gonna be good basketball on, man. So I'm definitely looking forward
what
to
you
it.
drinking?
Oh, I got some Uncle Nearest downstairs. You know what I'm saying? So and then I'm probably gonna need that whole bottle. And then I'm also thinking about going out to go pick up that Laportier. By Uncle Shay.
You getting fancy, huh?
Oh man, hey, I'm gonna see what it's all about. Now I don't like the price I saw for it, but hey, Unc, you're gonna see our podcast soon, sir. Hey, we need for you to like send us a little discount here, but I'm gonna support. But that $121 a bottle, I'm like, bruh, yeah.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
for that price, you only probably need around 1-2
Oh,
glasses.
yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, man, and I don't know if it's like that. You get that one sip in you, bro. You're gonna be looking to hold something, and and then my wife ain't gonna be here this weekend neither. Like maybe I need to stay away from that Laportier because I'm be like, baby, you need to come on back. But you know what, man? Let me stop. See how you get me off pop?
Hey, you start to think about it in your head like, wait a minute now.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be holding something. All right, yeah, I feel you. Hey, but yeah, man, let's get back to what we was talking. Man, let's get back to what we was talking about, man. Shout out to you, baby. You know I love you. But yeah, man, yeah, so the next semifinal game that we have is going to be another rematch. We're talking Auburn against Florida. You have the regular season SEC champion taking on the SEC tournament champion, right? You have the number 1 overall seed Florida taking on the number 1 seed for their the number 1 overall seed Auburn Tigers taking on the number 1 seed for their region, Florida. Now, man, let me tell y'all this. I am an Auburn fan through and through, but I'm going to keep this all the way 100 when it comes down to Auburn. I am very concerned about this matchup. Very concerned. The reason why I'm concerned is the fact that I'm going to take it back just a little ways back. Historically, Auburn has had issues with Florida. I don't know why, right? Both football and basketball. If we go down to the swamp in football, we can't seem to pull out a victory. We go into the gym down there in basketball, we can't seem to pull out a victory. Now, Auburn played Florida earlier this year, and Florida could not miss from the outside, right? Bro, they just couldn't. I mean, they was on fire, right? And so when you look at this Florida team, they got a really big chip on their shoulders because they have felt disrespected the entire year. They really have, right? And it ain't no slight at them, but they were not always being talked about as the best team in the conference because when you look at Auburn's resume and what they've done all year, Auburn has played the hardest schedule in college basketball. They have more what's those wins that they label them like the top tier wins, right? Yeah. They have more than some teams, some conferences have, right? But Florida has been peaking, man. And they, like, when you look at Florida again, what's the main thing they gonna hang their hat on? Defense, right? They got some bigs that they can throw at you, right? Their guards are playing outstanding. They are shooting the basketball very well, right? And you look at the game against UConn. Hell, that could have been a national championship game itself. That UConn-Florida game, that took us back to like the late 90s when you was watching, or the early mid-90s when you was watching the Bulls and Knicks play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, physical basketball. You come into the rim, somebody gonna end up on the floor. You gonna be hurt. You gonna you know what I'm saying? You gonna walk away from that game just a little bit sore. And so, but like I said, man, Florida is rolling. And then when it comes down to Auburn, man, I mean, like we've had some had some scary moments so far in this tournament because we were down by 9 against Michigan. And then all of a sudden, Auburn outscored Michigan. I believe it was like 37-15 over a stretch, including at one point in time, I think they went on like a 17 or a 20-2 run or something like that, right? And then yesterday, watching them against Michigan State, Broome, he injured his doggone elbow yesterday. But he came back out in the game. So, you got from yesterday's game to Saturday's game, you're going to have, 6 days? So we're going to really see how Broome is going to, come out playing. But, man, I'm going to tell you something. Taha Pettiford, our point guard, hey, he is showing the world that this moment ain't too big, and he's only a freshman. He is a true freshman, and he's out here, man. He's, some of his games, he might not blow you away with scoring like a lot of points, but he has put up 20 points in the tournament so far, right? But he makes timely buckets, and he's not afraid of the moment. So, I'm going to have to go with Auburn in a very close game against Florida. Right? I'm going to have to. And Broome is going to, Broome going to have to play through it. You know what I'm saying? Because another one, we talk about Cooper Flagg, but Janai Broome is also a candidate for Player of the Year. So it's basically between those two. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This is a tough one to call, right?
Yes, sir.
It's a tough one to call. When I look at the two teams, I like both teams.
Yeah.
I like both teams.
Mm-hmm.
I like what they bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn, they're kind of shaky at times.
Right.
They're kind of shaky at times.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to this point in March Madness,
yeah,
you got to be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But on the same note, I've seen Florida be the same way, right?
Yeah.
However, Florida is doing the doggone thing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically catching the wave at the right time.
Yes, sir, they are.
Right?
Yeah.
And they got the ability to score, play defense, and they get after you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to go with Florida, man.
I feel you, bro. I mean, hey, bro, I feel you.
Hey, but I'll go with Florida, but I ain't gonna be mad if Auburn wins. Right?
That's what I'm saying, man. Like these two Final Four matchups, man. I don't think it's a lot of people that will be mad if you say, okay, we're gonna have Auburn, Florida in the national championship game, Houston, Duke national championship game, or just basically just pick whichever 4 teams that you want, right? And just cut off 2 of them and put them in the national championship game. And I still think that, of course, the fan bases of the 2 teams that don't make it are going to be heartbroken. But I still don't think that you can go wrong either way.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's still going to be entertaining.
Yeah. I don't think this is going to be a game where you'll have a powerhouse going against, like basically like a subpar team in the national championship game. Whoever gets there, bro, they leaving blood on the floor on Saturday just to try to make it to Monday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So, but I like Auburn, man. I just think that Auburn is destined for this, man, because when you go back and look at the heartbreak and the Auburn fans, y'all remember this. And yes, Virginia, they did double dribble, and that was that was a terrible call. Yeah, the foul that the refs waited 25 minutes to blow the whistle on. But yeah, a lot, us Auburn fans, man, we're still heartbroken from what happened in 2019, right? Because we were basically 3 seconds away from playing for a national championship, right? And so, Virginia ended up winning that game, and they went on ahead and beat Texas Tech in the national championship game. But Auburn has been playing really great basketball all year. They played all of the toughest teams. They kind of backed into the tournament, which is crazy to say, as a number 1 overall seed, losing 3 of their Final 4 coming into the tournament. And, they started out a little shaky in some of the games, like you said. But I think that Michigan game was big for them because they were down and it wasn't looking good. But then they turned it up. They really turned it up. And when they played Michigan State yesterday, I saw the commitment, the defense. They came out hot early. Now they let Michigan State creep back in it, but still, man, they got after Michigan State defensively. So, I'm looking forward to this weekend, man. It's gonna be some really good basketball.
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It is. I'm definitely looking forward to it as well.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, y'all make sure that y'all tune in, man, and that y'all check it out and everything, man. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's this episode, man. Nick, before we get out of here, brother, is there anything else you want to bring to the table or let us know what you got going on, bro?
Hey, of course, it starts with me.
Yes, sir.
Check out the website. Go support. And I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed.
That's right. You will not.
Block with Nick. I'm doing the edits on a new episode that me and my brother just did. So look for that. And again, appreciate the love and support.
Yes, sir.
We love you guys and keep supporting.
Yeah. For sure, y'all. And y'all know how we do it here, 7-7 Talk Sports, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all taking the time out here on this Monday night, man, to check us out and everything. Make sure y'all watch those women ball out tonight. Again, you have TCU in Texas that's getting ready to tip, or they might have already started. They might have already started while we're recording and everything right now. And if you got the energy, I would suggest that you find a way, get you one of them 5-hour energy drinks or whatever. Watch that USC and UConn game tonight as well, too. So, yeah, man, look, that's our time here for tonight, man. The Final Four edition. We appreciate y'all taking the time out to come holler at us, big bro Nick. Appreciate you coming on always, man. 7-7 Talk Sports. Y'all get at us, man. Holler at your boy. We out of here.
Peace.